Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jayla Rome presents where we talk about the facts, foolishness, and black female efforting. Today's video is a new dating site I came across. It's kind of like Kendra G. It's called the Dalton Dating Show. She basically get women on here, and she kind of asks questions like Kendra G, but not she don't go in depth with the questions. So this video is about a girl who's 22 years old. She's dating a married guy, and she says the married guy is in some type of platonic relationship or platonic marriage, however she wants to call it. So, you guys, let's go ahead and take a listen to this and see what type of foolishness we have here with this new Dalton dating show. Okay, again, it's Jayla Rome with Jayla Rome Presents. Go ahead, if you have not, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And let's go ahead and get into it. Fair use.
I'm involved with a guy. And when we first got together, he essentially was like, I'm married. However, we are separated. And, I kind of saw that coming through in the way that he was behaving, because I'd been to the apartment, there were separate rooms, I'd met the family.
You met his wife and his kids?
No kids.
It's his wife, not her.
No, but the mom, the dad, friends, all that stuff. And we spent holidays together, not just like part of the day, but like the whole.
So she met his mom and his dad, but she hadn't met the guy's wife. Okay.
Whole Valentine's Day, the whole Christmas, the whole Thanksgiving, stuff like that. Anyway, things went well for a while until they weren't, and he did some very hurtful things, which happened around the time that I was transferring universities. And so I chose to leave because, in his words, he said, I don't care where you go, go, leave. So I did. Eventually, leave turned into I hope you find your way back to me, please come back. And we'd been trying to work it out. I moved states from Florida all the way to Rhode Island. I left.
He's a married man, but separated. They live in the same apartment, correct? But they're in separate rooms, and you know this because you visited the apartment. You said you met his family within that apartment, correct? Spent holidays together, which I would assume would be very serious. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of the things. Now you guys have been through a couple of things where you told him or you threatened him, I'm leaving, I'm done. And he said, go on ahead, okay? You guys worked it out, and you decided to move from Florida to Rhode Island for him. Is that
no? So we were both in Florida, at which point, when we had gotten into it, he was saying here are all the ways I feel like you're falling short. I need you to fix it. So I started making the effort on the things that he brought up, and he was at one point he sat me down and he said, anything you're doing now, you're doing for another man. And I was like, I don't like that. I'm going to leave. And so I did. That's when I moved from Florida to Rhode Island to continue my studies, because that's something that's very important to me, which turned into come back. I want to build together. I hope you find your way back to me. Started trying to work things out. However, I told him, I intend on finishing my degree. I'm finishing my bachelor's right now, going into my master's. And if I move back to be with you, I need you to not be living with another woman, and I need you to be divorced. To which he, there was some pushback on that, where he was we have businesses tied together. I don't want to divorce her until I'm sure that I want to marry another woman. I said, that's fine, but we can work things out with me over here. Like, if you're asking me to make a sacrifice, I need you to honor that sacrifice by sacrificing in turn, which I felt like was a fair ask. I wasn't pushing. I wasn't saying, well, I'm not coming unless you, like, if you don't want to do that, that's fine, but I don't want to then be part of the equation. For reference, I'm 22, he's 33, so there is a bit of like an age dynamic at work. Outside of that, he's great. He treats me well, he's thoughtful, he listens to what I say and he acts on it, but I can't help but feel like it's two completely different people that I'm dealing with. That's where we're at right now, where I kind of put my foot down. I said, here are the sacrifices I'm willing to make, but I need us both to be equally committed to this. And he was like, no, like, I don't want to do that. And I feel like he's putting it on me, like, you're backing out when it's your turn to give, like my turn to sacrifice, because he has sacrificed, do certain things with and for me.
I don't feel like he has, because he needs to divorce his wife and move out of that apartment. Okay, and that's not even a sacrifice. That's just something that he needs to do if he's serious about dating anyone. And I don't think that's fair to you. I think you deserve someone, like I just told Gabriella. I told her this last night and I just posted it on my page. I just told this girl, Gabriella, I think you deserve someone who's available on paper and off paper. You're 22. You should be in your I have options era. When I say I have options era, it doesn't mean you're sleeping around with men, but you can find another very quickly. That man has too much baggage. 33, don't got his stuff together. Okay, it's just too many variables. You're very smart. You're mature for your age. I think you know better. You're a beautiful young woman. The world is your oyster, literally. I know you love him. I know it's easier said than done when you're in this situation, because no one knows where the shoe pinches unless you have the shoe on. So I do understand that. But from the outside looking in, you are young. You have your whole life ahead of you. You have a plethora of options. You can find another 33-year-old who's willing to do twice as much and not be married.
Yeah. I think part for me where it's like, do I want to give this up? I feel like I've never had someone who listens like he does. Like, I remember once I mentioned like my favorite band in passing, and he like really got into the music, and then he looked out for venues where they were playing. Like, I had no prompting from me, but like looked out for the venues where they were playing, and then booked us this like multi-day trip to like go see them, just because he felt like it's something I would enjoy. Like, surprises, providing without me having to ask, like zero prompting, just listening and action. And like being supportive of my studies, knowing that I'm not willing to give that up. This is the part where I need him to give. And that's like the thing he's not willing to give on. And so a really big thing, I don't want to minimize it and make it seem like it's not a big deal. Like, you have a wife, you're living with someone. And as much as you say it's platonic, I see that it's platonic. Like you said, I am 22. I am in that stage in my life where it's like, there's no lack of option for me, but I'm like, this is it. And like, not lack of option as in like I'm sleeping around, because I'm not. This thing, like, I feel like it's just that wall. And like every other aspect, I feel like ideally he's someone I want, articulate and smart and a good listener and a provider. And so that's where for me it's kind of
find it again. If you found it this time, you can find it again and even better.
Yeah,
that's what I think. At 22, you'll find it again and even better. I have to say this, Beauty, I've never heard of a platonic wife. I've never heard of that. And again, I don't think that is fair to you. I'm not here to put him down or, come at him with a pitchfork, but I think you deserve better. And again, no one knows what it's like until you are in this situation.
Yeah, platonic wife sounds kind of suspect. I mean, the fact that this guy, he's still married, he still lives with his wife, even though the guy said they're separated, they still live in the same apartment. He wants this 22-year-old to still be with him, but he's not willing to leave his wife. So even though this guy seems nice, he's attentive, he does things to, make this young 22-year-old happy, like listening to her and without her having to say what she want or whatever. He goes, kind of above and beyond to do stuff because he's listening to her. He found out she likes this and he got into it and all that. But still, you're 22, and if this guy's not going to leave his wife, why are you still involved with him? I mean, you see what I mean? It's like a lot of mistakes these young women be making is because they're in their feelings and they feel like this. I don't know how many times she said she felt like, or she felt like, you know what I mean? And it's not a good decision to, you know what I mean? I don't know if she has a father in her life. I think she talks about her dad later on, but we're going to, let it run and see if she did indeed talk about her father. But I don't think she's even has mentioned this dude to her dad, right? Because in the back of her mind she knows that this is not the type of a guy that her dad would approve of. So let's go ahead and keep on listening.
So I understand you've been with him for a while, you love him, you guys have a relationship, but it's unacceptable. Well, I think you deserve more.
I think I want that guy. Like, I want to introduce someone to my dad who he can respect. And
introduce your dad to this guy right now and say, hey dad, he's married, he has a platonic wife who lives at home with him, okay, but he does buy me X, Y, and Z. Would dad be okay with that?
No.
And
right there, no, dad would not be okay with that. So why are you pursuing this dude that's married, that's in a platonic relationship, or in a platonic marriage? Why are you pursuing this guy, knowing that your dad would not approve? And that's the thing. Women have men in their lives who are not going to approve of it, but she's going to go behind her dad's back and be with this guy, knowing that this is somebody that her dad would not approve, all because she feels like he's into her. Right? It's not a good look. It's a bad situation. And now if this guy was willing to get a divorce and move out and be with her, then that's one thing. But he's not willing to do that. So why are you continuing to put yourself in this bad situation?
He is, he'll move out. Yeah, I'll move out. But it's the divorce. I'm like, divorce or no? I wouldn't be comfortable introducing him to my dad. And a part of me feels embarrassed because my dad, my mom, invest so much.
Because it's wrong. That's a bad idea. By being with this guy is not a good idea. That's why she doesn't want to introduce him to her parents.
Into me, and I feel like they're not investing this in me for me to go and let somebody play with me like that. Like, I should treasure myself more. I think by trade, I'm a social work major, but I think by trade, I'm just empathetic and emotionally driven.
Not because that's kind of the thing that I do here. But when you're out in the world, you got to know how to cut that off, if that makes sense, and think more with your head, more logical than with your heart, and give that to people who deserve it. And like you said, your parents have invested so much into your education, into you. And I'm sure dad and mom want you to bring someone home, okay, who has a good head on their shoulders and who ain't out here with the riffraff. I hate to say it like that, but that's exactly what that is. But I'll give you grace because you are 22. You're allowed to make mistakes, and take this experience as, at least I know what I want. At least if I think about what I want someone who listens to the little things. That's what relationships, being young, is about. It's about growth. But I don't think you're ready to leave yet. Just not yet. Not yet.
No, I did send that message today after therapy where I said, I want to be with you, but I want a happy life and a happy partnership more than I want that. So right now I'm just kind of seeing how he responds to that. And if he's not willing to take that step, then for me it's done. I guess my question for you as a follow-up to that would be, in your opinion, at what point do you feel like it would be appropriate? I'm not looking to try again anytime soon. I want to continue with my therapy and fixing myself. But what things would you recommend that I work on to make myself a partner that even I would value?
Work on your self-esteem. That's what I want you to work on. That's the number one, your self-esteem. And that goes for everyone here, because someone else needs to hear that. Self-esteem, when you work on that, you build your standards. When you build standards, you create boundaries. Those are the things, the three things: self-esteem, standards, boundaries, in that order. And something else was on my heart. I don't know why I feel like this is on my heart, but don't have no baby with that man. No.
And not outside, I don't believe it.
Yeah, she's definitely right about that. Do not have any kids with this dude, and that's the problem. She keep on dealing with this guy. The more she keeps dealing with him, the chances are that she might have a child. You know, even if they are using protection, still, you're still taking a risk each time you lay down with this dude. Now, she said that she's in therapy and all that. So if you're in therapy, I mean, I don't even know what she's in therapy. I guess it depends on what she's in therapy for, because you would think that she's in therapy. Why is she steady continuing to be with this dude if she's in therapy? And why is she on here asking Ashley, what does she think about? I mean, I don't, like I say, I guess it depends on what type of therapy she's in. So don't know what her issues are and why she's in therapy, but still, she's going down the wrong path. And she knows it. And that's another thing. She knows it. Because if she can sit up and say, no, I would not introduce this guy to my dad or my mom. So she knows she's making a bad mistake. She knows this is a bad decision already. But she's steady doing it. She's steady going down this wrong path. So that's why I wish I knew what type of therapy she was in. Because obviously I guess it has nothing to do with what she's dealing with this guy. Because she's steady trying to be with him and going down the wrong path, because this guy is still married. He's not trying to get a divorce. This is straight cut. You should cut this, you know what I'm saying? You should cut bait. Definitely should cut bait. But you guys, tell me what you think. Drop some comments down below. It's your boy Jayla Rome Presents. Please like, subscribe, share. And as always, please be good to yourself. By all means, let's be good to one another. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?